welcome this evening. Nixon sir, please.
Good evening, everyone. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before you with immense pride and, in fact, with deep emotion as I welcome all of you to the listing ceremony of DEVI Sansthan. For me and my colleagues at DEVI Sansthan, this is not merely a ceremonial event. It is the culmination of a journey of conviction, courage, and determination. Above all, faith in the power of education to transform lives. When we embarked on this journey, we knew it's not going to be easy. The social exchange ecosystem is yet to be mature. The investor awareness, very poor, and also the unfamiliar territory of an NGO having to undergo the discipline, transparency, and rigor imposed by stock exchange. Many times questions came to us whether we should go ahead, whether this is the right time to enter the market. Is our NGO mature enough to enter the social stock exchange market? But we thought we will dive deep into it. Many times we have seen that progress happens when we dive deep into the unknown. The journey was quite challenging, but today when I stand before you, I feel the diving was worth taking. DEVI Sansthan has become the first NGO from Uttar Pradesh to be listed in the Mumbai Social Stock Exchange. But this is not our destination. The journey has just begun. What social stock exchange listing has done is not just mere listing alone. It is about enabling us to do more in the days to come. This listing is going to increase our scale, enhance the social impact, bring us more partners into this digital FLN space. In fact, the significance is that the journey has just begun. The success of this issue has been due to the support given by the entire social ecosystem of investors and institutions who believed in the vision of DEVI Sansthan. Personally, I should thank my founder, Dr. Sunita Gandhi, for having given me absolute freedom and trust to lead this initiative. Dr. Sunita Gandhi, as all of us know, has set apart her life for the cause of education. In fact, Devi Sansthan is running only due to her passion. And therefore, when we celebrate listing today, I am not considering it just as a financial or an institutional achievement, but I think it is a victory for the passion of Dr. Sunita Gandhi. It is also a victory for the belief that every child should have the opportunity to learn, and that too quality education. It is also the victory of the belief that government school children should have quality education. It is ultimately the victory of 30,000 school children in the government schools of Ranchi, for whose aspirations we have all assembled here today. Having gone through the experience of social stock exchange, I would only tell that this is more than a fundraising platform. Social stock exchange is showing the NGO a mirror to see the NGO, whether the NGO is professional, whether the NGO is having strengths, what are the weaknesses of the NGO. Is every 1 rupee being given to the NGO is creating the required amount of social return. This is the significance of this listing. And also, this listing enables the NGO to improve further, to deepen our accountability, to strengthen our process, and also evaluate our projects more deeply so that we can scale impact, we can measure impact, we can understand what impact our projects, our activities are creating. So, I come to my main role, welcoming the guests. We have today with us a distinguished guest, Mr. Arijit Basu, Chairman of IndusInd Bank. My previous boss, mentor, and Arijit Basu sir describes me as his friend. I'm very proud of it, honored by it. One quality, or I should tell, one aspect of Mr. Arijit Basu's character is that he's very simple and humble in whatever assignments he has been holding. I have seen him as MD of State Bank of India. Very calm composure, very simple, very humble. And he continues to be so even after being the chairman of IndusInd Bank. I consider him a role model. Sir, in spite of your hectic schedule, you have come to attend this listing ceremony of Devi Sansthan. This has taken this event to a higher scale by your gracious presence. On behalf of Devi Sansthan, I extend a very hearty welcome to Mr. Arijit Basu. We have Mr. Manish Michael from Reliance Foundation, Head of Partnerships. Reliance Foundation had believed in the vision of Devi Sansthan and have supported us in our FLN implementation in the government schools in Chitrakoot district. And this is the second time Reliance Foundation is supporting us. On behalf of Devi Sansthan, I extend Mr. Manish Michael a very, very hearty welcome. We have officials from Mumbai Stock Exchange, Madam Ratna Raj, Director Regulations. I don't know whether I have spelled the name correctly. I'm very much privileged and honored that BSE senior officials are attending our listing ceremony. BSE have been very, very supportive when it came to the registration process or even in various stages of listing, especially Mishina Gandhi and Aishwarya had supported our NGO strongly, and that's why we are here today. I welcome Storytellers, our PR agency, Mr. DR Associates, Mr. Rohit Pandya and his team, and various other distinguished guests as well as supporters of DEVI Sansthan. All of you believed in our vision. I extend a very, very hearty welcome to all of you. I can only tell that this bell ringing ceremony which is happening today is beyond DEVI Sansthan. It is a bell ringing for hope, a bell ringing for possibility, a bell ringing for every NGO that they can aspire to scale. I close my words with the statement which is made very humbly as well as proudly that welcome to the next chapter of DEVI Sansthan. Thank you.
May I request everyone to please stand up for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
We will now begin with the lamp lighting ceremony. May I request our dignitaries to kindly come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony. May I request our founder, Dr. Sunita Gandhi, Kamala ma'am, Radha ma'am, Arjit sir, and Manish Michael sir, along with our Group Executive Director, Mr. Nixon Joseph.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
a warm round of applause for our dignitaries. We are fortunate to have Mr. Arijit Basu, Chairman of IndusInd Bank, with us this evening. Sir, may I invite you to address the gathering?
Thank you. Good evening to everyone. It is very humbling for me to be here in BSE today. I have been in BSE many times as in my career, as you can well imagine, but not for some cause like this. And when Mr. Nixon Joseph invited me, and I discovered that I don't have anything in the afternoon, I said I must be here. He has been telling me about his assignment in DEVI Sansthan and how it is really changing him, shaping him. And I was always wanted to catch up with him and find out, but this is possibly the best occasion that I can be. As I was saying, in fact, personally, I've had the privilege, it's just by chance, that two of India's largest public issues, in one of them, in the last 10 years, in one of them, I happened to be the MD and CEO. At that time, that was for SBI Life. That was in 2017. And more recently, last year, there was a public listing of HDB Financial, which again was one of the largest public issues. That while those were important milestones for the respective companies, I think on a personal level, this is a very small beginning, as Nixon said, of the journey of the social stock exchange journey of DEVI Sansthan. DEVI Sansthan has been there for a long time. But the kind of genuine satisfaction and joy that I am feeling, that I am part of this ceremony, I will keep it with me throughout my life. So, in fact, Dr. Gandhi and Nixon were explaining to me what DEVI Sansthan is actually trying to do relating to education, literacy, etc. And I connected almost immediately because we know that the two biggest challenges that India faces are on health and education. And education even more so because we are a young country. And while we have invested or given a lot of focus over the last 70 odd years that we have been independent, somehow we are much more literate. I think literacy rates, etc., formally have gone up. But are our children really literate so that they can face the world? And we keep reading reports that there are huge gaps, especially among younger children, those who are in class 4, class 5, not being able to do simple arithmetic or simple reading, which someone in class 1 should do. And that is precisely what DEVI Sansthan is attempting to do across a whole host of children across the country, and especially in the more difficult districts. So I know one district which is Nandurbar. It's the most inaccessible district in Maharashtra and possibly one of the most backward. And this project for which Bombay Stock Exchange has helped in raising this fund is for Ranchi, again, an area where there is a lot to be done. So congratulations to Dr. Sunita Gandhi. I think she doesn't need she's well known across the country, both for the work that Devi Sansthan is doing, as also for the institution that with their patronage has come up in Lucknow city. Montessori is known all over the country. I must also, compliment Bombay BSE for giving focus on this. So there are so many things happening in the stock market. Indian companies are aspiring to grow bigger. And I think a couple of years back we heard about SME, but that also was related directly to SMEs playing a part in the Indian economy. But the fact that social stock exchange can actually be a change maker or a transformational agent for the way the country shapes up is by itself a very good thought. As we heard that these are early days, but I was very happy that a large number of retail depositors have actually put in, and in the BSE slide that we were seeing, it is as low as 1,000 rupees. So that what makes it. I think one of the reasons why the mutual fund industry has taken off in a big way is because of these systemic investment plans or SIPs. I think the concept here is very similar. And I know a lot of people who actually are interested in doing charity up to their ability. So there are people who are more well-to-do, who want to do more, can do more. But everyone in India, I think, has this feeling that I will do something for someone who's less privileged than us, but don't know how to go about it. So if it gets some official sanction, I think it's very good. And of course, all the institutions which have supported Devi Sansthan, Reliance Foundation is represented, SBI Foundation, Nixon himself has been a part of that. And having been a part of SBI, we feel very proud that we were able to set up the foundation. And I think 2016 or 15 it came up. And it's, in a very short period, it's made a name for itself. And it's also a lesson for all of us who still continue to be in the corporate world in some capacity, looking at our own institutions and seeing how we can do better. So once again, a great privilege for me to be here. And thank you to Devi Sansthan, to the BSE, and my good wishes for this raising that has already happened, but to the future of Devi Sansthan and all NGOs who are working in this field. Thank you very much.
May I request Dr. Gandhi and Mr. Nixon Joseph, sir, to please come and felicitate. So. Thank you so much, Arjit sir. We are grateful to have you with us today. May I request our next guest is head partnerships at Reliance Foundation, who have supported us in taking foundational literacy and numeracy into the government schools of Shamli and Chitrakoot. Ladies and gentlemen, may I invite Mr. Manish Michael, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Pleasure to be here. Let me start with a very short story, which I think resonate with everything which DEVI Sansthan do. Back 15 years, I was in Uttar Pradesh, in Allahabad city. I was working. Friday morning, I got a call from Varanasi. There is this one child who is deaf and dumb, and he has to be kept in a old age home, not an old age home, a shelter home in Uttar Pradesh, Allahabad. We received the child. By evening, we could not complete the process of filing all the documents and stuff. I did not know what to do with the child. I took the child to my home. The child stayed in my home for 2 days, which is Saturday and Sunday. Morning, the child comes back to the office. I go out for lunch. I come back, and my team member says, "Sir, this child is speaking." And it became a city news. What really changed was that we engaged with the child. We were talking to the child like a child. And I believe that approach works everywhere. And I'm seeing this approach working in DEVI Sansthan work. So many congratulations to DEVI Sansthan, the work that you're doing. So happy to be here on this occasion. Congratulations to BSE. In the development sector, we always talk about ecosystem approach, and I think this ecosystem approach is what it is, where we get everybody together on one platform to solve India's challenge. Congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much.
May I request Dr. Gandhi and Nixon, sir, to please felicitate Manish, sir. Thank you so much, Manish, sir, and to Reliance Foundation for their continued faith in DEVI Sansthan. I may request our founder, Dr. Sunita Gandhi, to address the gathering.
So, a very good afternoon, everyone present here today in support of DEVI Sansthan and its very, very humble effort through the very first issue of the bond, the IPO, for the first time for us. And we're sort of Lucknow-based, very eager to learn new ways. And we actually felt very, very supported by the Bombay Stock Exchange. And we took this big, mighty step because of encouragement by the BSE team here and by Nixon sir, whom you all know. So I can't see Nixon sir here. He must be here. Achha, there you are. Okay. So I want to thank you, sir, for your daring move and bringing us all along, and for the BSE team to support us and to coach us and to guide us. I want to thank Pandya ji and all the great people here who have really endeavored to make it possible. I think it is not just for Devi Sansthan. The significance of this is for the children of Ranchi. As sir already said, that we are very, very fortunate that we could raise the funds to be able to bring foundational literacy and numeracy to 30,000 children of Ranchi. Ranchi happens to be a tribal belt, and what's really interesting also is that Ranchi, in the beginning, just would not give us the ability to work there. Like, they were not agreeing to us working there because they said, you can come and do infrastructure, you can improve our buildings, but foundation literacy and numeracy, no thank you. So somehow a very charming staff member of ours, he managed to convince the government to allow us to do just 4 schools in a research trial with 4+4. So we are, bringing a very rigorous standard like of the BSE for the social stock exchange to our work everywhere we go. So we requested them, and after many months of request, they agreed to allow us these 4+4 school research trial. That means 4 schools were doing the Alpha program. This is called Alpha Accelerating Learning for All, this FLN program. And 4 schools that would not do the program, but we'd use them as a reference, as a control. And what was really fascinating is when this finished and we set ourselves a target of 45 working days, that was a little longer for a variety of reasons. It was about 70 days. But think of it as 70 days versus 3 years and 5 years when children are unable to read, write, and do basic arithmetic. Just 70 days. And in a climate that they were just not even accepting that we could do anything, we managed to succeed. To the extent that when government did its own test and they sent their quality cell, the state level quality cell, to the schools, they were really surprised. And immediately we could get 2,100 schools of Ranchi based on that one rigorous step. So I think we can say rigor matters a lot. And we have taken that approach from the time we began. And thanks to people who believed in the possibility that education could be conducted in a vastly different way, we were able to march forward post-COVID. Was the first time we actually took up foundational literacy and numeracy in government schools. So we are a 33-year-old NGO. We worked on a variety of things, but I wanted to take a research approach to foundational literacy and numeracy, and I had begun in 2014 with adult literacy and children out of school. And that's where I was learning how can these people who are so amazing and they're running their families with less resources than any of us can imagine, and making a success of their lives somehow or the other, how is it that they cannot read 48 letters and say a few matras? So that big question mark, I'm a scientist, I'm a researcher, so that question is what led to me some very profound discoveries. And I think that's what's making the difference possible. So I went to Anita Karwal, who gave us the first break in government schools. She was the MOE secretary in 2022, and she said, go for it. And that's where we got Shamli, and later on we got support from Reliance Foundation for some of our work in Shamli. We began there with an RCT, randomized controlled trial. It was vetted by AGSE, Harvard Graduate School of Education, and again, rigor. So from the beginning, because we've been establishing these credentials in what we're doing, we are seeing tremendous scale. And that's what we want to see. In 3 years post the RCT, 23, 24, and 25, we have been able to go from 10 schools to, guess what? 150,000 schools MOU. And that's in 14 states of India. We've just added this past week entire Ladakh. So that is another feather in the cap. And all of it is happening by God's grace. Of course, we must not forget God Almighty, because He gives us the power and the energy to move forward. And with the support of good people who believe that this is possible. What we are able to show is not that, oh, the children should get literate and there are all these kids who need literacy. They do, and the reason they do is because our education is absolutely in the old ages. We're still at the front teaching to the children who are far more capable than their education provides. And that's what we've been able to prove, that the capacity of the children is ginormous. Our education is failing them left, right, and center, and these kids can learn to read a newspaper in both English and Hindi or their local language in 45 days. And that's what is so much more exciting. that we can now finally not have this struggle. So $1, how far can it go? And I think that's where we see the program, Alpha, showing that it can, according to our research and using the international benchmarks, that $1 gives a return of $700. It's 1:700 return, cost to benefit ratio. That is the highest in the world. The next closest is 1:105. This is Copenhagen Consensus Denmark report in 2023. Subsequent data is still missing, so I assume that's the best there is. There's 1:60, 1:65, and 1:105, and we are 1:700 plus. And that's because $1 can make one child literate. Can you believe that? At scale, using the government apparatus, and this is another thing we've been able to show. So I'm saying that, look, I mean, we can, if we get the support, we are in 30,000 schools this year compared to 10,000 last year. 30,000 we are funding pretty much ourselves. The question is, if others come along, and really I do believe that the social stock exchange is going to be an enormously useful instrument for the country to come out of its malaise of all sorts and in education. I believe that it'll be really an instrument for us to be able to go there with great confidence and make the whole country literate, and through showing the example in India, make the whole world literate. It's not just India, the kids cannot read, it's in New York, the kids cannot read, grade 4 kids cannot read. It's an international malaise, and we need to address it, and we can address it. So as bold as our vision, that boldness is increased thanks to the Bombay Social Stock Exchange. Grateful to all of you. And grateful to all our supporters, including, I should not forget to mention, State Bank of India Foundation, SBI Foundation, funding the rest of Ranchi, half of Ranchi through the BSE issue, and half of it through State Bank of India Foundation, SBI Foundation. Very, very grateful to them that they've trusted in us. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you, and Reliance Foundation. Thank you, sir.
May I request Radha ma'am, Ms. Radha Kirtivasan, Head Issuer Relations and Corporate Sales from Bombay Stock Exchange, to felicitate Dr. Gandhi. May I request Kamla K. Ma'am, Chief Special Duty, to say a few words on this joyous occasion.
A very good evening, and my heartiest congratulations to DEVI Sansthan team for successful completion of fundraise. And it's also heartening to note, that apart from the foundations which I founded, there are new set of investors who have participated in this issue. Madam, hearty congratulations. I think first time I met Madam Sonita Gandhi in this very hall, I think about 6 months ago. We had an interesting conversation where all NPOs had come here, and Pushpa Aman Singh, she was the one who was chatting with me. So that time I was sharing that power of social stock exchange is immense. And right now we are only taking baby steps. And I also sometimes feel little regretful that evolution of this platform, which should have been on faster track, has taken a longer time. And DEVI Sansthan today in the new avatar is the second entity to be listed on BSE Social Stock Exchange. Overall basis, it is the fourth entity. Why I am saying latest, last 6 months we have seen many changes that have come. The ticket size for contribution by investor was reduced to 1,000 rupees, and the benefit of CSR for corporates contributing also came in. So after this much sought after reform, I think, our baby steps are now taking a concrete shape. And we do hope that more and more NGOs come and make use of this platform. So what is that makes this social stock exchange platform very powerful is its reach and network. Today, we are having around 23 crore investors participating in securities market. We have our terminal spread across more than some 3,000 cities, and we have whole industry working in the financial market space. If our investment products can reach so many people, and a socially good project like this should also reach throughout India is what I think. Maybe at some point in time, I'm even aspirational that like the FPI is participating in Indian securities market, I would love to see institutions also being permitted to participate. But that I think that evolution is going to take a little more longer time because enabling frameworks have to be in place. So why should, if already NGOs are able to source their funds, why should they look at social stock exchange platform? I think DEVI Sansthan is the best example. For you also, it is a starting point. You can keep coming again and again to raise funds for your cause. The multiplier effect that the social stock exchange offers is that whatever our fragmented efforts are on the social impact side can get integrated and larger scale projects could come into place. Today, NGO space is a very unorganized space. So standards of these NGOs, the deployment, everything is at a very, very smaller scale. But if we have to create institutions, for example, Infosys of the world, Wipros of the world in the financial market space, if we have to talk about NGOs which can scale up and come to rescue of any disaster that happens instantaneously, I think that would be the lovely space that we can be in. But we are still in the baby stage. I'm hopeful that in times to come, social stock exchange platform will also pick up pace and become a very, very meaningful and impactable kind of an initiative. BSE has always been, famous for running its marketplace. Social stock exchange is also a marketplace, though it may not have a commercial return angle. But if we are able to, today, when we talk about investment culture, we are not looking at profitability as the main goal. We want people at large to have a methodical and planned way for managing their finances. Similarly, every one of us come into this world and we derive so many benefits from our society, and it is morally responsibility of each one of us to give back to the society. And as a marketplace, BSE is committed to provide that ecosystem and marketplace where large number of investors can safely and confidently contribute, because impact that we can create will be of much, much higher order. So I wish DEVI Sansthan all the very best, and I hope you keep coming back again and again so that your own impact gets expanded. Thank you very much.
May I call our dignitaries for the bell ringing? Dr. Gandhi, Nixon sir, Mr. Swapandhar, Mr. Arjit Basu, Mr. Manish Michael, Sheena ma'am. Aishwarya, please come. Ladies and gentlemen, Devi Sansthan is now listed on the Bombay Social Stock Exchange. Congratulations to everyone. May I request Kamla ma'am and Dr. Gandhi for the exchange of mementos.
Stay here for a group photo.
May I request all of you to kindly assemble for a group photograph? We would like everyone in the frame.